love it. It's been too hot. It's been too hot. That's all I got to say. I'm sitting here with Sarah Duke, our vice president. How's it going, Sarah?
Hi, good.
Nice.
Happy Friday.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's good. I agree with the rain. I like it hot, but in the 90s, it's just not good when you stick to everything. So
Yeah.
I will take the lovely rain and a nice electric, storm coming in.
Exactly. Once the 90s hit, I don't know. I got to check the weather for this weekend. Of course, we're going to be Sunday at Wash Park with the Donor Dash, so broadcasting live. So hopefully that turns out well. But we are breaking in for a very special interview right now. Sarah, who we have in the studio.
Absolutely. Well, we're so glad to have her back. So for those of you that are listening, before we launch into our amazing guest here, if you are listening on the K4CO radio app or the website, if you're driving, please do not jump on social media, but keep listening. And when you stop and are fully parked and the car is turned off, you may then type in your questions and your comments into the app. But if you are actually watching us live, hi, we're beautiful. You should definitely join in on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or LinkedIn on K4CO radio platforms. And you can also submit questions and comments on the social media on the interview. We love it when people participate. That's what we're all about. We're very community oriented. So definitely welcome all of your feedback. Without further ado, we have the lovely Leslie Maginn in. Did I say that right? Maginn. I knew I was going to do it. I'm going over it. Maginn. See? Okay, I'm just going to call you Leslie M.
Perfect.
I've known you for too long. You're just Leslie with Foundation 1010. Okay, Leslie M. We're going to go with that. With Foundation 1010, if you want to look her up in her organization, it's foundation, all spelled out, 1010.org. If you want to get more information on this amazing nonprofit, we at K4CO have been partnered with them almost since the beginning. So we're going on probably almost 2 years being partnered with you all, which is amazing. So Foundation 1010 works with our first responders, so our firefighters, our police officers, and many more. So Leslie, I'm going to have you take it over. Tell us about the beginning of Foundation 1010 and where you've come over the past couple years.
Yeah. So we turned 2 years old in March. Where it began, I suppose, is in 2018. I started, it was over the holidays, and just kind of having, thought of like, what can I do for the community and to kind of overcome some personal things I was dealing with, and decided, take food out to some first responder stations and, get to know them. And that transpired into a monthly happy hour where we just had a raffle and, did like $1 per beer or something for different local organizations and invited first responders out and the community, and just a place to come gather and show support. And then COVID hit, and so that stopped the happy hours. And towards the end, we had one, and I was at a real estate event and was introduced to Brooke, who is my co-founder of Foundation 1010, and we got to talking about it, and her partner's a firefighter locally, and she has some other family connections there, and told her about the happy hours, and she wanted to get involved. And so it initially started as she's going to do like a Southern chapter happy hour. And so we did 2 of those. And then we put together a really big fundraiser when our vet officer, Dylan Vakoff, died. Her and Sawyer were really good friends of his. And so in a week, we pulled together a raffle or a silent auction at the Grizzly Rose, had a lot of people out. And we were just like, we should make this official, and so we can further our reach and, expand upon what we can do in the community. It all kind of came from a wanting, I guess, to help first responder community. My dad was a police officer, and he committed suicide when I was 10 years old. And so it's always been on my heart to support this community and provide resources and let them know that they're appreciated, their lives matter, and, especially in our climate these days, to say thank you. And it's important to me to have this organization and partner with other organizations as well, because there's not a lot that has changed as far as stigma within the first responder community and departments and their mental health and willingness to seek help, or being judged for it, or like, I'm gonna lose my job privileges or things like that if they feel like they're honest about some of the things they're experiencing sometimes. And I know that my life would have been much different had organizations like this existed, or like First Help, or some of the other nonprofits that are out doing this work in that community.
One thing I love about it too is that it came around at a time when there was a lot of moods against officers. And that's why I loved when we started all this, and we were talking with you a couple of years ago, is that's why I wanted to team up with you, because first responders have just been over the years, especially a couple of years, just not appreciated at all. And just with the high stress and everything going on in that job, to add on to that fact, the unappreciation out there and everything. So I absolutely love what you're doing. So did want to say thank you for that. I absolutely love it.
No, I completely 100% agree with that sentiment. We had a veteran in here earlier, and it's all about serving our community. And man, if I see a police officer, or if any first responder, I always say thank you. I mean, they put their lives at risk every single day. And I think in a lot of times we as civilians overlook what they actually do for us. And I can't imagine, I mean, we were talking about stress before we sat down, and it is a concern for all of us. And it is a very high, intense, stressful job to serve the community and put your life at risk every single day. So for those of you that are listening that know a first responder, go out and say thank you. Maybe buy them a cup of coffee, have a conversation with them, because I feel like a lot of times, and our veterans are included in that too. Anyone who is serving us, they have such an important story, and they impact so many lives. I love your organization specifically because of all the different lives and outreach that you have. It's very impactful. So if you can go in kind of specifically into Foundation 1010, how people can either get involved. We have a great event coming up. We'll get to that in a little bit. But are you looking for volunteers? You talked about an auction that you had. Josh and I were a part of one that you had recently of another fallen member. But to see the community come out and the support. So tell our listeners and watchers how people can get involved.
Sure. We are always looking for people to reach out that want to be involved and obviously help promote us. And we have our golf tournament coming up on the 31st. And if anybody wants to volunteer, we would love that. And then on September 11th, we'll do the Red Rock Stair Climb again. We are looking to expand our board over the next 6 months, and looking for community members that would like to reach out and potentially be involved in that. As far as day-to-day things, we really just would like to have a community around us that is telling people that we exist. And when we need volunteers for our events, or to go, do a luncheon and really get involved a little bit more and make more relationships in that community. So again, like over the last year, it's life and things where we've not been out, like doing, like going into a department, taking lunch and things, with, health and other issues that I have been battling. No excuses, but yeah, if there's, somebody that is like, hey, I'd love to go into, take a fire station lunch one day and come in and go deliver that and hang out with those folks for a little while, we always want community members to come with us and build relationships in the first responder community. I think that's the most important thing.
Oh, I love that.
And obviously financial support. We can get into the fund that we have and whatnot. But yeah, I think.
Absolutely. I was actually going to segue into that. You did it perfectly. So for those of you that do want more information, go to foundation1010.org, and that's foundation1010.org. There is a yellow donate button. If you can go into that, when they donate, where do those funds go? How are they dispersed?
So they will come to us right now. We have started a fund called the Critical Gap Fund, and that transpired after we were approached by another organization whose mission is it's Revital, and they do outings for first responders and their families and retreats and things like that. And they were getting a lot of financial aid requests from the community, and so they came to us because that's not necessarily their mission. They went through their benevolence fund. There's one other organization that has a fund that is for financial aid, and said, like, how can we partner on this and, meet these needs and be able to receive these requests and fulfill them. And so that's how the fund came about. And, it's anything from, we've helped pay a mortgage when, an officer went into treatment, and any on-duty or off-duty injuries, giving them money to the families for groceries or for the kids to be able to go out to the movies and the water park one weekend, and, medical treatments that aren't covered by insurance. And then in Colorado this year, we've had 10 responder suicides already. And
10 in 2025?
Yep.
Wow.
And so we have there's Revital and another organization that runs a support group for first responder families, a suicide support group. So I've been involved in that, and it's just such a great need that isn't necessarily being met, and there's so many instances of needs that are just not covered by their job resources or other organizations. There's that they can ask for financial aid for.
No, I agree. And I love that you're bringing up all of this, because it's stuff that I personally haven't thought about. With Colorado specifically, we had, I think it was 2 years ago, when we had all of those fires kind of back to back to back. And when people, it is so unfortunate to hear, we've already had 10 suicides this year. So if you are listening to this, if you know that you can help, like on the mental health capacity, but even on like the firefighter side of things as well. If you think about, it is about the first responder, right? But then you have everyone else that's affected. If you think about lungs, and people are getting hurt on the job all of the time. They get displaced, and you don't think about all the hospital bills. And unfortunately, insurance isn't always there to cover it. So you have food, you have medical, you have, like you said, more rent, more mortgage. You have so many different things. So it's very, very daunting that it can be put on a family, right? And so I love the community aspect that you've really you've encompassed that. So I love it when people know that they're donating. It's really to the family and to the community at large that's going to benefit from these dollars.
And that is where, we seek to make an impact with the families too. Having been in a first responder family and experienced that, they're affected. And sorry. So even when it's hard for them to ask for help, the family members, like we're there for them too. Provide resources for spouses and children and any other family members or people close to them, because they need coping skills and things that and resources as well. And that is, you know, because when we were earlier when I was talking about kind of what they go through, I remember seeing like these floods that happen, and there's a picture circulating of a first responder with his head in his hands, like standing in the flood, and you know all those children that died, and it just reminded me of I got into the sympathy cards when I was little because I was a little nosy person, and was reading through them, and one of my dad's colleagues wrote a really beautiful long card, and or that was he said, I remember standing next to Dan on a SWAT call and digging up the remains of a toddler that was murdered. And he said it, you know, it never left him. And you never know why, or, you know, but we know that was part of it, that he carried that with him forever. And I don't remember the exact statistic, but I think most people, well, the general population goes through 2 or 3 critical events in their life, traumatic events, and first responders, it's in the 800s. And yeah, they signed up for it, all of these things that people say, but it's also, most departments aren't providing all of the resources. Like take Denver, for example, they just capped mental health care to 12 hours. It used to be unlimited hours
year?
of therapy, 12 hours a year.
12 hours a year
in Denver.
Wow.
Yep. And they're like, well, you know, they're not using them every year. Well, when do you think they're going to use them? They're going to use them in 2 years when they really need to get help for that event that they've been, you know, pushing into the background, and it is going to affect them. And then what?
Well, and that's what it's there for. It's there when an event happens. So
when it happens.
You didn't do it this year. Well, you didn't have something major this year. That is absolutely incredible. 12 hours a year, ladies and gentlemen. Wow.
We've got
maybe write your mayor.
I was just gonna. We can go on a
Write your
large
mayor
tangent.
right there. We can get a large
showing up on the
tangent on
Capitol.
I
Yeah.
submitted a proclamation last September for Law Enforcement Suicide Awareness Day, and it was submitted. He signed it, but they changed all the language and put Mental Health Awareness Day, which is fine. It was still something, and then
Yeah, our world is an interesting place.
Yeah, especially Denver.
We've got a partner that we just recently have started engaging with, a mental health practice, Axiom Healthcare. And when that came out with Denver, the owner of it, she was on the news. She went on and they kind of rallied a lot of their friends in the therapy world and raised some money and have, I think, probably like 8 therapists on board that are offering free services to first responders, and they're giving free TMS therapy to first responders if anybody wants to do that. So they'll be at our golf tournament, and we'll be kind of putting out some more information with them. It's just happened recently. So
That's another great thing to put out there, honestly. We fortunately are so much in the nonprofit world all the time that we are in kind of the mental health. I feel like everything stems from mental health, like no matter where you are in this world. So if you all know of a therapist, if you know of someone who really is tied into first responders or who's willing to help in a very, like, PTSD and trauma is the weirdest thing ever. And, you know, I'll use a more maybe uplifting thing to talk about. Like when you first have a baby, everyone is hovered around you, right? Oh my God, what can we do for you? We're so excited. Or when someone unfortunately passes, everyone is right there for you. And then 6 months and a year goes by, when then it kind of sits in for most people, and then 2 years. And I mean, we see it with our vets all the time, and we see it with our first responders all the time.
Right.
And for just a civilian, that's amazing. I love that statistic. I didn't know that, 2 to 3. And that's kind of tracking with me, maybe like I've already hit that. And something that happened 30 years ago is all of a sudden triggered for whatever reason that it's there. And we don't see things half as, off the wall as these guys do. So please, if you know someone in the mental health world that will help donate time, please reach out. Look into foundation1010.org. Contact us here at K4CO Radio. We'll put you in touch with Leslie. It's so damn needed in our world. And a lot of times people don't ask for help for whatever reason. And it's reach out. If you are hurting, struggling, whatever it is, even if it's not related to first responders, let us get you in front of the right people. There, I'm off my soapbox.
And with the mental health, it's really good too. I mean, we were talking about Foundation 1010 helping with bills, helping with mortgages, stuff like that. That's a great part of it. But kind of going through and combining your efforts with Revital is great because, looking at it, I mean, everybody can even look at revitalcolorado.org. And on their site, they have family and spouse engagement and support, clinical counseling partners, connection and relationship building through therapy, through host interaction. And a big part of their thing is going out with fellow first responders to outings, to, activities to kind of feel normal. And that's very mirrors a lot of very wonderful nonprofits that help with military as well, is because, first responders, it's kind of like when we spoke with a military man in here who said, they're not going to talk to you. They're not going to talk to me about their stories. They're not going to talk to you, Sarah, about their stories. They're going to talk to each other about it because each other, they can understand it.
It's a different bond. It's a different camaraderie. They understand what it's like to be in that situation when most of us don't. I'm glad you mentioned, your partner with Revital Colorado. You're also partnered with Shield Lending Team and Nate Bingle with Farmers Insurance. So again, I know that you all would love more partners. So if you're looking to partner with Foundation 1010, they're of course a nonprofit 501c3. And if this speaks to you, if you're moved by it, to either get involved as a volunteer, if you know someone in the mental health field, if you're looking to donate, everyone knows a first responder. I feel like everyone has a family member, has a neighbor, has a friend that knows somebody. So please think about getting involved. With that, we can. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Well, I think we're in a really unique and, for lack of a less cliche word, blessed spot to have been approached by Jordan. He was an Adams County firefighter, and he works with Nick Metz, who was a police chief in Aurora. And while I was in that life, I've made friends through the events I've done and everything. It still is hard to kind of break into being really involved in these departments and communities. And so to have Jordan, who has access to us when they need help and things like that, that we are somewhat trusted already, because that is a barrier to being able to connect with a lot of departments and first responders. There's, the trust issue, and just like we said before, there's the general public, and what are your motives really? Right. And so we're very lucky to be in that spot. And while the mental health piece is huge, it's all encompassing, I think, around that. And so we haven't been able to do a lot of the things that we want to do for, lack of funding. But back to taking care of the families and the kids, and, I didn't get help until 2019, 29 years, 19, excuse me. I don't know how to do math, but we want to be able to, sponsor outings with Revital and have our volunteers and our partners that we are like, hey, we want to go, take a bunch of kids to the water park and things like that. So it's very much also uplifting and good things we want to do that are preventative, and so that when something does happen, these families have community around them and have resources and aren't, struggling to reach out to people, and there's a foundation set of relationships that they have. And it just, it takes money, and it's hard to ask for, and it's hard right now for everybody. But those are the things that are so valuable to really cater to these children and the families as a whole. Because I think that if people are going to be more inclined to get help if their families are, in healthy environments and healthy relationships, and say like, we see you and like we need you.
For sure. Community engagement. I mean, I love the theme. I talked about this about an hour ago on another call. And for me, it's about the relationships and the community outreach. It is, I think, when people go through a traumatic anything in their life, usually the question is now what? And who is out there to help? And how am I going to have the money to help me? Where are the resources? So I have no problem asking for money, especially for other people. So if you feel like giving and you know a first responder, go to foundation1010.org. There's a yellow donate button right there. And there are other resources, which I also love that you have those. Let's pivot a little bit into, and I love that what this is called. I'm going to use the tagline. So for all of those golfers out there, it's perfect to get outside. It is now time to get outside if you haven't. And so many people are golfing now.
I wish I was golfing right now. It's beautiful weather right
perfect.
now.
It's
Goodness
perfect.
gracious.
So coming up on the 31st of July, it's coming up here pretty quick. You have Lights, Sirens, Scramble. I absolutely love that tagline, which is, of course, a golf outing. So tell us about that and how people can participate.
And how it all started, too.
Yeah, so the first year, we have just done, we did a couple Grizzly Rose events, silent auctions, and then we had our anniversary party at a local brewery where we came out and had all responders and their families in the community. It was a really, really fun night. And finally we're like, okay, like we can do something different, a little bit bigger, and handle this. And so both of us enjoy golf, and it's a pretty obvious event for a lot of organizations, and so we're like, let's do it. And the name of it, which I'm like, I told Brooke, I was like, I hope you love this because
That's awesome.
I really do. And it just kind of, I was spitballing some things, and it was just like, lights, camera, action. Lights, siren, scramble.
It's awesome. It's fitting.
And I think it's fun, and I love it. It's unique, and it also kind of sets the stage of like, we're gonna have the honor guard out and do like a flag presentation, have a piper out, and opening ceremony, and send you off, and then it's just like the scramble, like go have a blast, like go have fun with your friends, and we have some contest holes and prizes and things like that. We have the hole hecklers out, which is my favorite part of any golf tournament. So you can give them money. They have the entire roster of every single person there, and you can go through the list and pick a random, or you can pick a friend.
I want that job.
They take cash, Venmo, whatever, and you pay them to make fun of your friends while they're teeing off in a par 3. And they are hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, hilarious. Because they will pick out something that you might be the most self-conscious about and make you not care. Like,
so
from
dress,
your socks to your hairdo to...
dress for the occasion.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we were really, really excited to have been able to book them. And then we have Sean Hermanson with 19th Cigar coming out, and he's working on a mobile cigar lounge, a trailer. I don't think that it will be ready by our tournament, but they'll have a couple tents out there, and so he'll have cigars from Palma and cutters, and also magnetic holders for the carts, so you can do kind of a little cut and light, grab a cigar on your way out, and so that should be really fun too. And we have some fun hole sponsors and
Nice.
engaging people, and it should just be a really fun day.
Are you still looking for golfers?
We are. We
Okay.
have it's times 4, like 10 10 teams left to fill the tournament.
Okay.
teams.
So for those of you that are wanting to golf and play hooky for a day, I would love to do this. So
For a great
again,
cause. Your boss
for a
is not
great
going to say,
cause.
no, you can't go
Exactly.
support first responders. I mean,
Exactly.
come on.
I'm going to throw that out there. I would love the day off to go play
day
golf.
off.
So again, this
Exactly.
is the 31st of this month. It's at the Colorado National Club. It's located in Erie, Colorado. The exact address is 2700 Vista Parkway in Erie. I'm still looking for 10 more teams. So grab some golfers and go do this to, of course, support our first responders. You can go to foundation1010.org for more information. 18 holes, range balls, cart, breakfast burritos, barbecue lunch. And you get to heckle your friends. So, I mean, for that alone, I would go do
Well, that
this.
just comes with
I
playing
mean,
golf. I mean,
Yeah,
you
but
know.
usually
But you
you
can pay
can't-
someone professionals to professionally heckle them.
Exactly. And then I'll say, I
which makes
promise
it
that
all
wasn't
worth
me. Wink, wink, nod, nod.
Exactly.
Yes. So it's a 7:30 a.m. arrival with an 8 a.m. shotgun start. It's really cool. I didn't actually know you were bringing in like the flags, and that's very, very moving and touching. I'm glad that that's an added thing that you all are doing this year.
Yeah.
So come and honor someone you know, a first responder, or just come out and play golf and support a great cause. So again, July 31st at the Colorado National Club in Erie. And are you also still looking for sponsors?
We are.
Okay.
And so just recently we had 3 businesses, one sponsoring an entire foursome, and then 2 opened up 2 spots for first responders. So even if you can't come out and you want to sponsor a team
Yeah.
to have first responders come play, you can do
Awesome.
that.
Okay.
But we are, yes, we still have sponsorships available. I think 4 holes, and then we have our marketing holes that are 500. The whole flyers on the website under the events tab, so you can kind of go through and
Nice.
see.
Yeah, there's the-
Foundation1010.org.
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right.
Is that the
Perfect.
best way for people
Sponsorships.
to find you, or can they call you, email, or is the website the best?
The website is great, and
Okay.
I also it's my personal information on there anyway, so
Nice.
yes, call, text, or email. We have the info@foundation1010.org is our email.
Okay.
And then, yeah, anybody can reach out anytime.
Awesome.
And then when people put their information in on the website, that'll go to our email address, and Burke and I both see it.
Nice. Come heckle your friends playing golf.
Oh, yeah. And it's Colorado National Golf Club, which is a really nice club as well up in
Erie,
Erie.
it's beautiful up north.
Yeah. Want to redirect a little bit. The stair climb that's going on at beautiful Red Rocks. You've done that a few years. Tell us a little bit about that, because that's coming up as well.
Yes, so that will be September 11th, and that is something we will do every year. Next year we'll space these out a little bit better, but that was just kind of the way schedules worked out this year, and we are doing it. It's open to everybody. We would love anybody that wants to come honor a loved one to be on our team, and we will have their names displayed. September 11th, obviously, yeah.
Yep.
Why they do it on the stair climb.
Yeah.
Also, Dylan died on September 11th, and so it's our Foundation 1010 team, and it's Team Vakoff. His mother is still very involved, and there was that relationship there. So that will happen every single year. And so we have a registration for that, which will open up on the website, and we'll do the climb, and you can come hang out, and it's very long and hard. Do a couple laps, or do the whole thing, or
do a couple stairs and sit down and
none
drink
of
some
it, or
water.
hang
That's
out-
more my style.
Yeah. Oh,
hang
yeah.
out up on the tab and pass out water bottles. Yeah.
Exactly.
I think I made like 3 last year. And then we'll do a lunch somewhere nearby afterwards, and yeah, have
Nice.
a couple hours to visit with people and connect, and we'll have a silent auction again, and it's really a time to get together with community members and the first responders that are coming out, and just be together. That's definitely like obviously there's going to be a fundraising aspect, but it's a very special day of, remembering everybody that
what our entire world went through. And it's actually really special that you have a community member that you're remembering that day as well. Kind of brings it home for everybody. And you get to get in
I
shape.
know why I'm so emotional. I hope I'm not like this at the golf track.
No, it's exactly, and I got emotional last night. I mean, it just happens at random moments. We were at an event, and I'm involved in another nonprofit, and it is so touching when it was at a moment when we had, I'm going to get emotional, when we have all the partners there at one time and you see it come into fruition, where everyone's together after a common cause. And it changes people's lives when community and relationships are bound like that. So it is very impactful. So again, foundation1010.org, please go visit their site. Coming up on the 31st, get involved in the golf tournament. I hope to try and do the climb this year.
You're going to do it?
I think so. I once I say it on air, it goes like it's permanent. So I'm thinking about it. I'll be there in some capacity, but
I'll take like 5 stairs, sit down, and open a beer or something like that. That's more my style, right there. So.
Exactly. And this again, it's at Red Rocks, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Beautiful
awesome.
Red Rocks.
Beautiful
exactly.
I know it's so gorgeous. And what time does the stair climb usually start? Like early morning?
It's the time that the towers fell.
Okay. So probably not around 9 or 10 a.m. if I recall.
Mm-hmm. That sounds about right.
That sounds about right when I heard the news. So, okay. So Red Rocks on 9/11. I mean, what a way to remember something catastrophic for our entire world and a very beautiful spot. Mm-hmm. So I love those very peaceful moments to just reflect and be there together.
Definitely. It's really
impactful.
A pretty moving and inspiring event.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the firefighters come in full gear
and still do and climb all those stairs, don't they? Yeah. Okay. I have no excuses now.
Excuses.
I have zero if they're doing it in all that gear. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll take the looks by going up 5 stairs and sitting down and everything like that.
You can high five people.
Hey, I'll high five people as they come by.
Sounds good.
That's
Everyone needs a cheering section.
Exactly. I can cheer on.
I like it.
I'd be a great cheerleader. I think so.
Love it.
Exactly. I do love, I was going to say, I do love looking, lately it seems, community is a huge part of all this. And it does seem there's a lot of great posts as to the good things that officers do now that you do see around social media, you do see on the news right now, you do start feeling the community coming back around, after that time where it was just really tension high. So I do see a lot of that great stuff that they do. So thank anybody who does that. And if you're not, follow the police officers, follow the different police officers in your neighborhood, in your district, see all the good stuff, because a lot of times this good stuff just goes unnoticed. And they're really posting about this. They're really trying to bring that community involved. So really
it's unnoticed too often. Mm-hmm. And every industry has people whose moral compasses point due south. Mm-hmm. But to vilify an entire...
Why?
Right.
Protect and serve.
Like it doesn't make sense. And they're humans. They're regular good people that got into a job to help people. Mm-hmm. Ask most of them why they started doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I agree.
They dreamt of doing it and helping people and saving people and making a difference.
I agree.
And there's so many little things we can do. And I mean, I'd even reiterate, like, getting a hold of us. You want to sponsor lunch and go to a fire department on Tuesday? Like, let's do it. And it means more than they know. And even if, you go take some treats and they're like, cool, thanks. Like, it means a lot.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I totally agree. And that's such a good point for those out there that have school resources. I mean, that's another really cool school trip. I mean, I think if you, like, my son has toured a jail, he's toured a police station, he's toured a fire station. Actually, he's done that twice.
I still remember touring a fire station when I was a little kid. Yeah.
See, it stays with you. I think if you build that in as a little kiddo, right? I mean, you now know what they do and you have respect for them growing up. I think a lot of times, I mean, I get that we're media, but we're cool media. A lot of times, I mean, bad media is just out there and you focus on this one thing when you are getting rid of the million good things that are going on every single day.
Right.
People are saving lives and reaching out and helping every single day.
Right.
Let's focus on that. And that's what our first responders are doing every single day of their lives. They're here to protect and serve, and that's exactly what they do. And they should be honored and respected for that completely. Can you tell I'm passionate about this? And to get, if you're connected with a school, reach out to foundation1010.org
Yep.
and bring your kiddos there and go tour a fire station. And I mean, it'll be cool. You get to go see a pole and maybe try on some boots and
They
put
still
on
use
all
the
the
pole?
heavy. I think some
There's
probably
a
think
do.
so.
couple. There's
Bro.
a couple stations that have them yet.
Okay, see, I'm like, there better be. That was like a moment in my life. I was like, I'm coming down that bad boy. But it is so cool. Thank you truly for what you and Brooke are doing, and
Thank you guys.
it's come a long way in a short couple years. And I say this a lot to my loved ones, is that there's always a silver lining. When we go through something really hard and traumatic, to turn it around and to say, how can I now help other people in my community? And to do that is tremendous strength that I know you have. And I love that you can still get to that vulnerable spot, because a lot of times that's what moves us forward and gets people motivated and inspired. So I appreciate everything that you're doing.
Thank you.
Again, for those that are listening that want to come out and golf, please do it. Again, it is July 31st. Lights, Sirens, Scramble. Absolutely amazing. It's down in Erie to play golf. Still looking for sponsorships and looking for 10 more teams. You guys are going to fill that. I'm putting that out in the ether, out in the world.
There's lunch tickets too. If they just want to come for the reception and
Nice.
meet us and hang out and
Okay.
Yeah.
Have some barbecue.
Come for the
Love
food.
it.
That's right.
And definitely put 9/11 on your calendar as well. Go hang out at Red Rocks. Again, it's so peaceful, beautiful. Get some exercise and give to a nonprofit at the same time.
and our
Win-win.
team registration will be up on our website pretty soon.
Nice. Please let us know. We're going to be doing a little bit of an uplift on our media side of the world too, so we'll be able to blast more information out to the masses a little easier. So
And if you're
My
just
team
tuning
loves
in,
me.
yeah, definitely rewatch this once again. Colorado National Golf Club, 2700 Vista Parkway, 18-hole round, range balls, cart, breakfast burritos, barbecue lunch. You left out the barbecue. Pro V1 sleeve, golf polo, and of course the whole hecklers. And it says vehicle hole in one. Vehicle hole in one.
Well, that funny story there, we're supposed to pull that off the advertising because we haven't found a dealership to bring one out yet.
okay, I'm going to throw this
Oh, all
out.
right.
Elway dealership. I know you're out there.
Exactly.
Hey,
We were at
you
John
know.
Elway Cadillac a
Exactly.
little
We
while
got
ago. You know,
a sponsor for the insurance, so
There you go.
it was far more difficult to achieve that than
Nice.
we thought.
Yeah. All right, Tesla, Subaru, you guys are out there.
That's
Vehicle
right.
hole in one. You can have your car out there. I know Teslas are. They've been floating around at these events. So, just push it and it should just end up at the hole. I like that you actually put it on the website because you're like putting it out there.
That's
So
right.
that's awesome.
Arrival 6:30 in the morning. Ooh, that's nice and early. I like that. 8:00 a.m. shotgun start, and you got the luncheon ceremony at 1 p.m. Foundation1010.org. That's foundation1010.org. Man, looking forward to a lot that you're doing. Is all the events that you guys pull? That's always on Foundation1010.org. Any planned future events? I mean, where do you see Foundation going in the next year or so?
We will definitely do this golf tournament next year and 9/11. Those are going to be our two events. We are hoping, like I was saying earlier, about doing a kid event like with Revital, doing some outings, sponsoring the outings for them.
be
And as far as like these will be our two fundraisers, but our goal to get back out in the community and build some relationships with our responders and their families is going to be around partnering with Revital and the other capacity of sponsoring some outings. And specifically, like we've been talking about this for a while, of doing outings just for kids. And that is something super on my heart. And, I think part of being emotional today and, this golf tournament it's going to be great. And we are really like kind of seeing the impact we can have. And I hate to keep going back to it, but we just, our intentions or hearts and the things that we want to do have just not, we haven't been able to do everything yet based on, trying to raise more money. And so after these two events, there's different things we've talked about. We want to, we're gonna have a sponsor party and, do some of those things. But ultimately, I think we want to have a kids event, and we will. And the details and timing of that will come after these two events and kind of see what we have the capacity to do.
I love it. Well, it's good to have those goals, right? You can't, in any organization, everyone wishes you could wave the magic wand.
Yeah.
And you'd have a very full bank account and bada boom, bada bang. But what fun is that?
Exactly.
I mean, it'd be fun for a day. We could all go sit on a beach and just relax, and then we'd be bored because you don't get to enjoy the journey. So I'm excited to see. I'm so pumped that you're doing the golf tournament. I'm just pumped to have the hecklers. Please video some of that because I know we're going to be there, right? We're going to be broadcasting live. Yes. Okay. Awesome.
We are.
Cool. Okay. Just making sure. So I want some video for sure of the hecklers.
You got it.
Like that needs to
We'll
absolutely
try to
be on social media.
We'll try to get some of the hecklers interviewed live while we're there.
Cool.
And that'd be fun. And hey, if they throw in an extra 20 or something like that, we will heckle people live over the air.
Ooh,
and
that's what I was saying.
Love it.
Yeah, we'll throw out
lunch.
first and last
Do it
name.
again.
Yeah, exactly. And just tell the world how horrible they're playing and their score and everything.
I love
like that.
it.
I think it'd be great.
You heard it here.
Yeah.
So K4CO Radio is going to be there on July 31st in Erie at the golf tournament. So if you come out, $20 goes straight to Foundation 1010, and we will put you all over social media heckling your friends.
That's right.
I mean, that's $20 well spent right there, my friend.
I think so too. Exactly.
Awesome. Cool. Love it. I mean, I would heckle you for free, but I'm just saying.
You do heckle me for free.
I do. I do. Yeah.
That's part of it. RevitalColorado.org. You guys are teamed up with them, and great team right there. And then also Foundation1010.org. And I don't know. I thank you very. It's been a long time since you've been in here. We definitely have to have you in more often.
I agree.
Just so that we can really just spread the word about this. So absolutely love our first responders. We still talk about you guys on our live shows and endorse you guys and everything like that. So it's an absolute honor on our side, on our end. So
I agree. And again, for all of those that want to get involved, you can volunteer, you can donate, especially in the mental health capacity. Everyone knows a friend in mental health, and everyone knows a first responder. It's just so think about others if and when you can. If you are in that field or know someone like, hey, this might really jive with them, to offer services for our first responders, because my goodness, the things that they see and feel and go through, they really need support and help. So please think about giving to Foundation 1010. With that, anything else that you wanted to mention before we sign off?
We also appreciate you guys and are very grateful for everything you've done for us. Just wanted you to know that. And I just come to the golf tournament or come to the stair climb and, reach out to us and let's do the dang thing for the next year. We're really excited. And so, please reach out if you want to get involved and, or come volunteer. I mean, we never have too many volunteers at a golf tournament. Just come hang out and kind of chat with Brooke and I and see what we're about and if you want to get involved further. And we would love anybody and everybody to come out and enjoy the day with us.
See, even if you come out and they're full on volunteers, you can just sit down, hang out, have a burrito, and talk with everybody.
Yes.
That's right. Hang out with Leslie and Brooke. Right there. So, thank you again very much for coming in. Absolutely appreciate it. You've been listening to another interview with Foundation 1010 right here on K4CO Radio. Tune in coming up here in about a half hour, 7 o'clock every single day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. We have one solid hour of Colorado artists, one big melting pot of all different genres of all Colorado from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then, of course, 9 p.m. tonight, Kind of Vague Radio, hosted by Andrew Talent and Rob Dixon. Thank you again, Leslie. Absolutely amazing. And everybody have a wonderful evening and happy weekend. Have a great weekend out there. And we will see you at the golf tournament. We will see you at Lights, Sirens, and Scramble. Take care.